Am I wrong for breaking up my best friend's relationship with her boyfriend? Some people may say it was petty, but I think it was justice. So my best friend at the time, which we're going to call Coco, had a boyfriend, and we're going to call him Nick. They met in high school their junior year, and they were together for about 2 years. Nick was seriously in love with Coco. He would literally do everything for her. Honestly, Nick was like her little puppet. Honestly, throughout the relationship, I felt as though Coco really didn't respect Nick. I mean, the things that he did for her, I wish a man would do for me. And I just really felt like she didn't really appreciate him. If I was in a relationship with Nick, the relationship would have been mutual. I seriously believe that Nick deserved better because Coco wouldn't do anything. She literally added no value to the relationship, but Nick, he would buy her things, took her shopping, went on dates, went on trips, and Coco had nothing to show for it. So I made a plan to steal her man. And in the next part, I'll tell you exactly why I decided to make that choice. Part 2 on why I decided to steal my best friend's man. So, like I said, the relationship between Coco and Nick wasn't mutual. Coco seriously did not deserve him. In the process of their entire relationship, Coco was cheating on Nick. And as a best friend, I tried to keep it cordial, but I just didn't like how Nick was getting treated. Especially with all the things that he was doing for her. And you won't even believe the person that she was cheating on Nick with. My crush. And she knew that was my crush. She tried to hide the fact that she was talking to him, but I ended up finding out through mutual friends. I never confronted Coco about it because I just wanted to see if she would be honest with me, but for a week she never did. So one day I decided to go to Nick's house, and I practically told him what it was. At first he didn't believe me, but then once he realized me out of all people would come to him about the situation, he understood and felt heartbroken. So we created a plan to hurt Coco. Come back for part 3. Part 3 on why I decided to steal my best friend's man. So, like I said, I went to his house and told him that Coco was cheating on him. And all necessary, I really don't know what Coco was doing with my crush, but I heard from other people that she was talking to him. And honestly, that was enough information for me. And we decided to plan a romantic sneaky link and invite her an hour later. In the process of us doing this, I didn't expect anything to happen, but it did. And I don't know if he expected anything to happen that night, but he practically ended up cheating on Coco with me. Later that night, when she finally arrived, Nick told her she actually needed to go home and that he was busy doing something, even though he invited her to come over. He felt something was off, so she ran upstairs to his bedroom, which was where I was. When she saw me, she yanked me by my hair and pulled me out of the bed. And the rest was history. I ended up finding out 2 weeks later after that incident, the only reason why she was talking to my crush was to get him with me. Story time about my boyfriend's crazy baby mother. Typically, I don't like to use that type of name, but she deserves the title. So when I was 24, I met this really cool guy, which we're going to call Kenneth. He was 36. He had 2 daughters, one 5, and the other wasn't even a year old yet. During the time of us dating, he didn't bring me around his kids. He'd tell me that his baby mother felt more comfortable with the kids being with her. But I didn't really mind it because I got to spend more time and just focus on us. So Thanksgiving comes around and he wants to introduce me to his family. After meeting his parents and siblings, they get a ring on the door and the dad opens the door. Comes out his daughters and his baby mother. Kenneth looked really upset and asked his mom, "Why is she here?" She replied, "I wanted her to bring the babies." I stood up and said hi. I put my hand out for a handshake. She looked me up and down and said, "Bitch, please." Then shoved my shoulder to get around me. To refrain from getting banned again, I'll post part 2 on my Vanity Cosmetics page. Click the ad in my caption to watch part 2. Part 2 of my boyfriend's crazy baby mother. So when she came inside the house, I tried to introduce myself and she looked me up and down and said, "Bitch, please," and shoved my shoulder to get around me. I looked at Kenneth thinking he'd say something, and this nig didn't say anything. He was like, "Hun, take a seat." I'm thinking like, how he gonna tell me to sit down? So during the rest of my time there, I stayed quiet because I just felt the tension, and I know everybody else felt it too, but no one said anything. I forgot to mention earlier, but I brought some peach cobbler and everyone loved it. When Ken's baby mother tried it, she was like, "Mrs. Shelby," and Mrs. Shelby is Ken's mother. She was like, "Mrs. Shelby, this cobbler is good." When Miss Shelby replied to let her know that I made it, she coughed and started choking. She was so hysterical, and Kenneth had to give her the Hamlet, and she coughed out crumbs. She got up screaming, "This whole